Hey guys, welcome if you're new, welcome back if you've watched some of my stuff before. So this is kind of an interesting video. It's something I've kind of wanted to do a video on for quite a while. Some of you that watch my game demo stuff might find this interesting. This video is really intended for my local buyers. It's information I've been wanting to put in video form. I think it's information that most people buying something on the secondhand market probably would find interesting. So this is going to be a video about how exactly I price a system, how I determine what I believe it to be worth, and how I determine what I'm going to set my final prices at. So let's get to it. Okay, guys, so what we're going to look at here, so typically I'm going to use three different markets. I'm going to look at Craigslist. Craigslist is where I do the majority of my selling, so Craigslist is going to be the market that I'm going to be looking most closely at. So we're going to go look at computers, and actually we are going to be pricing a system. This is an actual system that I'm working right now. You'll start seeing videos, game demo videos showing up for this within possibly today, possibly tomorrow. It depends on how quick I can get started gaming on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to computers. The system that I'm taking a look at, let's see. We're going to start by looking at gaming desktops. So taking a look, I want to see just general, because normally I don't need to get an overview like this. It's been a little while since I sold something in the range that I'm selling now, so I want to go and look and see where the market is sitting. So, let's see here. So, fairly low end, 4790, non-K, GTX 1060, 675. What else do we have here? So that's a DDR3 based. The one I'm pricing right now is an X99. It's going to be an i7 5820K. That's a 6-core. And it's going to have a GTX 970. So this is kind of on the lower end, and somebody wants this much for it. Let's see, where are we looking? Seattle, Ryzen 3600. I'm going to guess my 5820K is actually probably pretty close to this. That's a lot of money. But the 5820K is it's probably not much actual performance difference. But it's a little bit older, so it's a little devalued, and it doesn't have quite as much, shall we say, market cachet that you get with a Ryzen chip, just because those are kind of hot right now. So it's going to be devalued. But actual performance, and that's what I want. I want to build a system with parts that are devalued, but at the same performance level, because I want to provide my buyers with as much possible bang for the buck as I can. There's not actually a lot posted right now, so let's take a look and see if anyone has a X99. I bet there aren't as many of them up as there used to be. Let's see, what do we have? Alienware. So this chip, the 5820K, let's look at, bet you anything, I'm pretty sure the 6800K is the low end refresh chip. So looking at, oops, that's not what I want to look at. I want to look at ARC. We want to look at Intel ARC. ARC.intel. Okay, so yeah, okay, so this is 6 cores, 12 threads. Um, 3.6. So it's basically the refresh. So it's a fairly similar system. My system is superior to this, aside from the video card, because it's custom. Basically, all these parts are worthless. I'm gonna have a custom 280 millimeter liquid cooler in mine. His liquid cooler is worthless compared to mine because it's an OEM part. His motherboard is utterly worthless. The Alienware board is worthless, and sometimes some of the functions won't even work right outside the Alienware hardware. Case is worthless. Power supply is worthless. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's upgraded the power supply. Okay. Props to him for that. RM850, so he's got a little bit nicer power supply than me. But he wants 1,400 for it. The system I'm gonna sell, I had no intention of pricing it like that. Let's see. This one's out in Portland. Okay, that's the exact same. Oh, this is the exact same system as mine. Oh, that's hilarious. This is literally the same system as mine. It's 5820K, GTX 970. Oh, mine has more RAM though. Same SSD, 250 gig Samsung, 1 terabyte hard drive. This is literally the same system. What does he want? $1,000. 7 days ago. Maybe sold, maybe not. Okay, so let's see if anyone has it. Not everyone knows that it's X99. Let's look at 5820K. No, let's look at 5920. 5930 is a similar chip. A little bit nicer, but similar. A little more common too. Okay, let's look at 50. I mean, yeah, if they don't have that, maybe in computer parts. Let's try 5820K. There's not as much stuff on Craigslist as there used to be, though. Okay, and then let's look and see GTX 970. We want to look and see what other systems with just the video card have. Oh, wait, that's parts. Duh. Okay. So this guy wants 500 for... Okay, that's not a bad deal. It's devalued compared to mine. The 8700 non-K is probably so close in performance to the 5820K, it's not worth mentioning. He has substantially less RAM, bigger SSD, same video card, all basically worthless board though. Worthless board, worthless case, worthless power supply. So 500, mine's definitely worth more than that. Let's see here. See, my system's probably more in line with this. 6700K with a 970. Let's see. Okay, so looking at Craigslist, I mean, 500 to 1,000. So I usually try to split the difference. I want my systems right in the middle on the pricing. So Craigslist would seem to suggest that, and local, these are local prices. In this area, Seattle area, we're looking at somewhere between $500 and $800, I think. So then the next thing I look at is I look at OfferUp. OfferUp tends to often be more of a buyer's market. Sometimes not, though. Depends on what you're buying. So let's look and see. There's more stuff, though. There's more people using... It's kind of overtaken Craigslist. So let's look and see. 5820K. This guy has a combo for $675. So he wants... For a non-built system, he wants $675. So let's see what else we got here. Not a lot. Let's see. Let's just try X99 again. It doesn't always work to look like that because not everybody knows what the platform is. So this guy has board and chip for $250, 6800K again, pretty similar. So let's say my RAM is worth, I don't know, $100. That'd be $350. Video card is worth $200 ish. So $450, $550. Plus, I mean, it's kind of hard to value time for doing a build, but time plus power supply, what else is there? SSDs, all that. So based on this, let's see, that's 6 months ago though. The market has changed since then. Let's see here. Let's see. There's not a lot of them up. Let's look at 5930Ks. Man, $699 definitely does not have the market it used to, that's for sure. Let's look at, see what a average gaming desktop with a GTX 970 goes for on OfferUp. It's a decent deal in today's prices for a 970. So this, my system is clearly superior to this. i7 5930K or 5820K, I'm sorry, 5820K. Double the RAM. Definitely a better processor. His processor is similar speed. He's got a 3.4, but his is a 4-core, and his is a non-K. I believe the 5820 is a K, so that can be overclocked. I don't overclock them, but it is a value. Same video card, half the RAM, and it looks like potentially no SSD. I can't really... There isn't enough info here to state SSD or not. I'm going to bet probably just probably like a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue. He wants $449, posted 10 days ago. So clearly mine, and this is all worthless OEM parts. So and maybe the Asus stuff is okay, but it's still OEM parts comparatively. So mine's definitely far superior. At least if you based on his pricing, probably a solid couple $100. Let's see what else we got here. This one's a little bit away. Yeah, he's got that Ryzen 5 1600 is definitely inferior. Substantially less RAM. There's not enough. I have a nicer version of the 970 too. That's the basic version. Mine's the nice version. It looks like he's got... What is this? Oh, that's that weird gamer brand, I think. What do they call that? No? Game Diaz? Is that who that is? No? I can't even tell who that is. I'm going to bet it's a cheapo power supply, though, just looking at that. Okay, so let's go back and look. What else do we have here? There's not a lot posted. It's kind of hard to evaluate a system right now with how little is posted. This is kind of crazy. One of the things we can do is we can look at the value of the card. That's the cheapest one. It looks like $200 is the going rate for a 970, for a general 970. That was a good deal. I should see if this guy still has that. No, I'm not even logged in right now. So it looks like going rate for a 970 is $200. Well, a few dollars less in some cases. Usually, yeah, this is the one. Actually, I bet this is the guy I bought mine from, because I bought mine a couple months ago. This is the one I have though. The basic EVGA 200. Looks like it's another one, same one as mine. The Gigabyte, the G1 970 is widely considered, at least my understanding, was widely considered to be one of the better 970s, and that one's going for a little bit more. These are nice cards. They look nice too. They've got kind of a nice blue LED and stuff on them. Okay, so we're gonna say the card alone is worth $900, or I'm sorry, not 900, $200. But there's not a lot of hardware posted. Did I already look at this one? Okay, so 8700K. Similar performance, but a little bit newer, so maybe a little bit more cachet, shall we say. It's a pretty similar system to mine. My 970 will definitely outperform that GTX 1063 gig for sure. I've got more RAM. I'm going to bet. Okay, he's got a decent board. A couple of months ago, but... Okay, so after looking at all of this... What's this? Oh, that's funny. 800. He stripped... That came with a nicer card. He stripped that card out. Okay, so looking at all of this, the fact I'm going to have 32 gigs of RAM. I don't have any 16 gig kits right now. I only have a couple of 32 gig kits. I don't want to do single stick configurations. So I think we're going... Oh, and I want to look at one other thing too. So typically when I exceed $500, I also advertise in other areas up to a couple of hours away. So we're going to look at Bellingham, Washington. Oh, wow. Bellingham. My system's always self-asked up in Bellingham. It's a city about 2 hours away. It's driving basically from Seattle almost to the Canada border. It's like 30 minutes from the Canada border. Sometimes I even get people from Canada that come down and look at the systems. Okay, so we're gonna look at. Oops. See if they even have any i7s. What do we got going on here? This guy might have bought his. This guy might have even bought this from me. I used to sell a lot of these a few years ago. Is it the? Yeah, E3 1650. That was the one I usually sold, I think. That's kind of a common chip, that 3.6 Xeon. There is nothing. Let's see. Any even gaming desktops? Okay, this was a solid deal. I'm going to guess that this sold already. This was a solid deal when it sold. Assuming it's legit. There's been a couple of... someone's been posting a lot of fake systems in Bellingham. I don't know why. Let's see. Okay, no, that's legit. That's a legit phone number. So it looks like this one guy decided to offer a solid deal, but... This is not that great of a deal. These OEM builds, I'm not a fan. Because it's not usually a good deal. Usually you can build something yourself of the same spec for the same or cheaper, and not only have the same, the numbers will be the same, but your parts will be better quality. Let's see. Okay, so nothing there. I used to advertise on the Olympic Peninsula, Skagit, Wenatchee, but systems aren't as hard to sell as they were a couple of years ago, and so it's not difficult to sell them locally, so I don't really have a reason to do so. So once I factor in, so my systems, I do free delivery. Now sometimes you will see my system, if you look at my system posted in Craigslist Seattle versus Craigslist say Bellingham, for example, if the predominant going rates for systems, it's only financially viable, especially now, for me to do deliveries out to these far out areas with quote free delivery if the hardware is worth more money. So you can say, oh well, you're selling it for more money in Bellingham than Seattle, so then you're charging for delivery. And my take on it is free delivery. I evaluate free delivery based on predominant market rates. So if I'm selling the system at approximately the going market rate for the system, and I have delivery at no charge above, so let's say, like looking at this, looking at these prices, I would say Bellingham, the system could be worth maybe upwards of $700. So if I sell the system for $700 in Bellingham with free delivery listed, and I just straight up post it for $700, it's free delivery because I didn't charge above market rates. But it's only worth it for me to do deliveries out to these areas if my hardware is worth more money in the area. So Seattle, I'll post it free delivery, and gas is getting so expensive. The fact that I'm still not charging any sort of gas cost, because I have a vehicle that on these drives I get like 45 miles to the gallon, so I can justify doing it. The fact that I still haven't upped prices for gas, I definitely am still giving free delivery. And then I set them up. I demo for people. Anyone that's bought a system from me knows that I always demo my hardware. Okay, let's kill this. I'm gonna get back to the me on video part of this, and I'm gonna go over some of the other stuff I include with my systems. Okay, so let's kill this. Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, so as I was getting to on the other part of the video, so I try to price at market value, which is what we just determined. And then I try to include the other stuff on top of that. So I go find market value for the area. Like I was just showing, say, Seattle, market value for the system appears to be basically what I thought it was going to be. I figured it was going to be around $650. I'll probably post it at that price and see how it goes. So in addition to the hardware, because I want my hardware to be at market price, I also have the free delivery. I also do setup, and I also do the game demos that you see here. Um, the thing I don't do, and this is, you know, again, for buyer information, because I want you to know what you're actually getting from me. I don't warranty my systems. Now that does not mean that I'm out to screw people over, but I cannot price at kind of the edge on the market value. I can't include all this extra stuff and then throw in a warranty on top of that. I'm not going to do this if there's just so much potential for losing money. It's just, you know, I most of the people I do business with tell me, hey, you provided me with a great service, I'm happy with it, and that's why I demo. I do believe that buyers are entitled to seeing the system work. If you're one of those people that wants to meet someone in a parking lot to buy $1,000 computer from them, and you really genuinely, you're not planning on like killing someone and taking their computer or something, you really legitimately want to just meet someone in a parking lot, it's a horrible idea. And actually, I think I may have had one or two situations where I've demoed and a problem has come up during the demo, and it's physically possible for that to happen. It is possible, though unlikely, for a system to die in the car, or not to die in the car, but it's possible for something to jostle loose, something to happen. Basically, I want to be responsible for the system until I have demoed to you, the buyer, that your system works. So once I've demoed that it works, that means I'm going to demo games. I'm going to show you the specs. We're going to look at the specs. You're going to make sure that specs are as listed. I don't think I've ever had that one come up. I'm pretty good. I think, no, once. Several months ago, I had one come up where I thought a system had 16 gigs when I posted it, and for whatever reason, I sold it, and it only had 8, and I knocked in the price on that. But I'm usually pretty good about that. I've only ever had that happen once. And again, I'm not out to screw people over. If something comes up with the systems, I try to help buyers out where I can. I don't want to be responsible for completely eliminating the risk. If you want to save money by buying pre-owned hardware, there is always a risk tied to that. Now, the risk is less than it used to be. The problems with hardware just dying out of the blue, it is not nearly as bad as it used to be. It used to be, you know, it was kind of it wasn't 50-50, it was never that bad, but there was always a solid chance something could break after purchase. Now I don't see a lot of it anymore, and from what I'm hearing from my buyers, I think I get one. I replace fewer than one system a year. When I actually legitimately find, because no offense to people, but I'm going to be the one deciding if the issues are legit. I'm not getting people saying, hey, this Chris guy is screwing me over. I'm not getting hate ads posted on my ads. I'm not getting calls saying, hey, your systems are failing right and left. It's happening so rarely that I think I'm doing my job as far as selling systems is concerned. But I think I'm replacing at this point fewer than one system a year. The majority of issues that are cropping up are software related, configuration related. You know, somebody is having an issue configuring their game. Somebody's having an issue getting Windows configured the way they want it. Somebody manages to get a virus on their system days after I sell it to them. Those kind of things. Those are predominantly the issues that we're coming across. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to do this whole interview style thing with people to give an idea of what I include with my systems and how I've determined pricing. Anyway, I hope you guys find this interesting and informative, and thanks for watching the video.